Hello students, from ratio, proportion and unitary method we have learned proportion, right? And we have learned some sums up to sum number 4 from exercise 10b. Okay, so sum number 5, 6, 7 they are all similar. So let us now move on to sum number 8. So sum number 8 I am taking sum number 2. So here we have 36, 90 and 225. So let us look at the question. It says that show that the following numbers are in continued proportion. So continued proportion I have earlier discussed. It means that in continued proportion there will be 3 numbers given to us, where the second number and third number will be same. So therefore for continued proportion, so we can write that 36, 90, 90 and 225. So these are the terms. So we can say that the terms are this, this, this and this. So we have to prove that they are in continued proportion, right? So we have to first multiply the extremes, right? So that means the first and the last term. So multiplying the extremes. So what are we getting? 36 and 225. So if we multiply, so let us see, 225 and 36. So 5, 6, 30, carry 3, 2, 6, 12, plus 3, 15, 2, 6, 12, plus 1, 13. And we have 3, 5, 15, carry 1, 3, 2, 6, plus 1, 7, 3, 2, 6. So we are having 8100. So 8100. So this is what we are getting after multiplying the extremes. Now we will multiply the means. So means means what? The second and the third term. The second and the third term means 90 into 90. That is 99, we know 81 and 2 zeros will come. So see, we are getting the same number, isn't it? So therefore we can say, therefore they are in continued proportion. Okay, so similarly I think that you can do sum number 1 and 3 from 8. So let us now move on to the next sum. So next we have sum number 9. So sum number 9, it is given that 9x, x and 49 are in proportion. That means what? It is in continued proportion, right? So it says that find the value of x. So we have what? We have 9x, x and 49. So we will get the same number by multiplying the two extremes and multiplying the means, right? So we are getting multiplying. So we can write multiplication of extremes, because it is given that they are in proportion. So we can easily say that the multiplication of extremes will be equal to the multiplication of means. So extremes means we multiply 9 and 49, and means we multiply x and x. So that means we have x square equals to 9 into 49. So that means if we want to find out x, we have to find the root over of 9 into 49. So individually if we look into 9 and 49, 9 is what? 9 we can express it with 3 into 3. So that means the square of 3 is 9. Or you can say root over 9 is equals to 3. And then we have 49. So 49 we can say that it is 7 into 7. So that means root over of 49 is only 7. So root over of 9 is what? 3. So if I remove the root over, so root over 9 becomes 3 and root over 49 becomes 7. So x is equals to 3 into 7, that is 21. So we have got the value of x, that is 21. Now the last sum from this exercise, though it is number 11, but we will solve up to number 10. 11 will be your homework. So let us solve the last sum, that is sum number 10. So sum number 10, let us look at the question. It says that an electrical pole casts a shadow of length 20 meter at a time, when a tree of 6 meter high casts a shadow of length 8 meter. Find the height of the pole. So there is an electrical pole. Suppose this is the electrical pole, okay, and it casts a shadow of length 20 meter. So the length becomes 20 meter. So there is a shadow, right? If there is a sun in this direction, then there will be a shadow in this direction. So that is how I am drawing it. Then it says, when a tree of 6 meter high casts a shadow of 8 meter. So there is another thing, that is a tree. So the tree is of height how much? 6 meter. And the tree gives a shadow, sorry, it will be in the same side. So tree will be 6 meter and it will cast a shadow of how much? It will cast a shadow of 8 meter. So that means from here to here, only this distance is 8 meter, okay? From here to here, and the total distance is 20 meter. Now it says, find the height of the pole. So you have to find this height. So let us take this as x meter. So you can write, let height of the pole be x meter. So remember, it has been told that this shadow has formed when the sun is in a particular direction. So sun is in a particular direction, but because of the different height, this pole will cast a different shadow and this tree will cast a different shadow. Okay, so that means we can say that the height of pole, so we can say height of tree and height of its shadow, right? So length of tree, or you can say height of tree with length of its shadow. So this whole thing will be proportionate to height of the pole, proportionate sign, and then we have height of pole is to length of its shadow. So that means what? This is to this. So height of tree is how much? 6 meter and length of its shadow is 8 meter. So you can write 6 is to 8 will be proportionate to height of pole is how much? X, and length of its shadow will be 20. So this proportion we can form from this data. Okay. So now we can write it in fraction form. So that means 6 by 8 is equals to x by 20. Now if I write x by 20 first, then x by 20 is equals to 6 by 8. I am just reversing the right side to the left side and left side to the right side. So we can write x is equals to 6 by 8 into 20. This 20 was divided here. So if it goes to the opposite side, it becomes multiplication. So now if we cancel, let us cancel with 2 first. 2, 3, 6, 2, 4, 8. With 4 if you cancel, 4, 5, 20. So that means we are getting 3 into 5, that is 15 meter. So what is the length of the pole? So you can write therefore, or height of the pole, sorry. So we can write height of the pole is equals to 15 meter. Okay. So that is all for today, students. The rest of the sums from this exercise will be your homework.